Have you seen that video of the Instagram CEO talking about all the updates that are coming to Instagram?
No, I haven't.
Okay, it was actually so bad. So it started with, of course, Kylie Jenner. First of all, this is like, again, perfect intersection of all the things, the Kardashians and Instagram, the things that we
Yeah,
hate.
that we talk about.
Um, it started with her retweeting this post that said, Instagram, I need you to stop being like TikTok. I want to go back to just seeing photos of my friends. And which like she's not wrong.
Yeah.
But the last time, I don't know if you remember this, the last time Kylie Jenner tweeted about a social media app, which was Snapchat, it lost like $1.2 billion. So, like, she has quite the influence. And so the CEO like quickly put together a video and posted it and was like, "We hear you. We hear what you're saying. These are the updates that are coming to Instagram. Like, we hear what you're saying, but we are actually just going to go ahead with what we want to do and not listen to anything that you want to do." And all these celebrities and these people started replying saying that like Instagram is dying. You're not listening to anything that we're saying. And it was bad. It was really bad.
What are the new updates that are coming? I don't even know.
So there's like a few updates. One, they're trying to mirror TikTok now. So everything that
Yeah.
you're seeing, they're supposedly testing this. So everything that you're seeing is now going to be in the like um I think it's like 9 to 16, but don't quote me on this ratio. It's basically like the same ratio as a story on your feed. So they
Oh,
want that like full screen experience, which is exactly what you see in TikTok.
yeah.
And then they're trying to prioritize videos. And so, like we talk about this, everything that we post on YQuim,
Yeah.
it doesn't get any traction because one, the app doesn't support small accounts. And
Hmm.
two, if you're not posting videos, then you're not pleasing the algorithm. So nothing gets seen anywhere.
Yeah. No, I have heard that a lot. Like, although I will say we have like random reels that like blow up,
Yes.
which is so weird and so strange, but I have heard that a lot. Like, one, that Instagram just doesn't support smaller accounts, small businesses, and two, people's engagement is like dropping off so much. Like on small business accounts. And I don't know why. Like, I don't know if it's because, like, you know how it used to show chronologically
Yeah.
and now it shows like who you engage with?
It's even worse now. It's not even just that. It's like,
Yeah. What is it now?
so now it's like, and this is part of the criticism that people were vocalizing, which was it's not just showing like people that you engage with, it's showing other accounts that the algorithm would think that you would be interested in. And it's showing ads. Like that's literally all it is. It's
You know what?
capitalism.
You know what accounts I would be interested in? The ones I follow. Thank you, Instagram.
That's what everybody's saying. Everyone's like, I just want to see photos of my friends. And then Instagram will say, oh, but videos is doing so well. And everyone's like, yeah, because you're forcing us to do
Yeah.
videos. So yeah, it's going to do well. It's a mess. All this again is to say that I think we should collect it. This is also a question that I have in mind, which is why can't we all just collectively
Like get off Instagram.
revolt and say bye to Instagram and then like really have like really like make an
Yeah.
impact, but we're so chained to it.
What would be the alternative to Instagram?
On a For a photo sharing app, nothing.
I think I think it's so hard. I don't know why Instagram is trying to be TikTok because at the end of the day, like they kind of are like different end use.
Yeah,
And
totally.
and so I don't know why, but I agree because every time I go on Instagram, I honestly never go on TikTok because I don't need to, because anything I would see on TikTok, I just see on Instagram.
But like I find that Instagram, it like takes everything that other social media accounts are known for and
Yeah.
tries to emulate it, but then it's doing what, like, remember when when we were in high school, Facebook was in its peak.
Yeah.
We would take our freaking digital cameras
Yeah.
with us. If it wasn't the digital camera, it was like the big professional black camera
Yes.
because we needed like high quality photos at like some random party that I don't even remember or want
Yeah.
to remember.
Yeah, literally.
But we would take these photos, we would like upload them on our laptops, and then we would upload them in like a very curated photo album, which
Yeah.
wasn't even curated at all because the pictures were so ugly.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
To like completely becoming a mess of every single part of the internet. And then everybody naturally moved on to Instagram. And now Instagram's doing the same thing where it's like, it's too much.
Yeah. Like I remember when Facebook statuses came out and everyone was like, this is Twitter. They were like, this is Twitter, like this is stupid. And you're right, like everybody moved away from Facebook. And then it also became like a news sharing app. And like now it's really dangerous because it shares like uncensored news and it's like actually like not good.
It is like, it's really, I actually think the Facebook status was around for a while,
Yeah.
but it did something recently. It's the notes, it's the freaking notes on Instagram again.
The notes are so weird. I don't get it. If you made
And
a note, you should be embarrassed.
you should.
Someone watching this is gonna have made a note, and like I don't mean to come for you, but like if you made a note, that's embarrassing. Like I don't know who did. I don't like keep track of them because I don't even have the Instagram app, but ooh, like that was so weird and random and lame, and I don't understand it.
I don't either. I don't.
Like what
What
am I
is
supposed
the
to put in a
intent?
note?
What
Like what am I supposed to put in a note? Like, hey guys.
that's what I mean. Like it's just become too much of everything and not enough of what it is
Anything.
actually intended
Yeah.
for. Yeah, which is like a photo sharing app.
And like I feel like that's what people like liked about Instagram is that it was like a photo sharing app. Like
Yeah.
I don't know, I think overall even people who used it like potentially as a job have started to use Instagram as a photo sharing app less.
Yeah, because they were forced to. Like
Yeah.
we were forced to.
And that's stupid. Like that's what it should be.
Yeah, I
Okay, but
agree.
it's interesting that you said that the CEO was like, we're just going to do whatever, because I actually read, I didn't realize that this was because of Kylie Jenner, but I saw that the CEO or somebody of Instagram released a statement, but it was actually saying the opposite. It was like, if we're not like, they tried to like spin it in some way, and it was like, if we're not failing, that means we're not trying and we're not pushing the boundaries. And so failure is good. I don't know, some like stupid corporate bullshit like that. But like,
Was this recently, like today?
yeah, I literally saw it today.
Yeah, because I think it got so much backlash. Like everybody was like, okay, sick. Like well, this is the end of Instagram. You will we'll see if we can like stitch in the his part of his video somewhere here. But it was I was watching it and I'm like, oh, I don't know about this because he was very it was like I hear you. Yeah, like photos aren't going away, but we are moving ahead with videos. You don't like the TikTok style where it's like that specific ratio. Oh, well, we're testing it. So it's not ready yet. Do you know what I mean? Like very
Yeah.
pushy.
Yeah.
But I'm happy to hear that they came out a statement. I personally don't mind the demise of Instagram personally. I don't know like what we're going to be moving
Yeah.
on to, but I just feel like the Instagram culture is so saturated. And now there are other apps too. Like, have you heard of BeReal?
No.
I don't know. I don't know what the youths are using these days, but BeReal is apparently one of them. It's kind of like Snapchat, but it's not like, from my understanding, you get a notification saying that, like, okay, there's a prompt and you have to take a picture within that prompt. And it's supposed to promote like genuine photos and you share it with your friends, but it takes a
What like a
picture.
prompt like what? Like
I have no idea. I'll look it up right now, but the picture is literally like your front and back camera. So it takes a picture of like you and whatever it is you're looking at.
oh, I do somebody has told me about this.
I don't know what this is. Okay, let me see.
Okay, honestly, that's weird. And I feel like we just keep hopping from one thing to the next, trying to
Yeah.
share pictures. Like Facebook, we were like Facebook albums. Then it was like Instagram because we can share pictures. Now we're going to be real to share pictures. Like when can we share pictures? Like,
you know what? I don't want to share anything. I've actually become very private and I want to shut everything down. I want to change my identity. I'm going to go into the witness protection program. You'll
I've
never
so
see me.
private. I actually don't even want to know myself.
You
I'm dead. I mean, but like that's kind of like the beauty, I guess, though, of Instagram is that you can have an account, you can follow all your friends and never post.
yeah.
Like you can still keep up with like your friends and stuff, like that you otherwise might not be able to.
But what's the point of like of that if my friends' posts are so buried in like
Yes,
advertisements and
no,
random, I keep getting the algorithm thinks that I'm getting married because all I see are are wedding photos. Like this is outside the fact that we're at this point in time where everybody is actually getting married, but I'm getting like wedding photographers and bridal inspiration. I know. I like save them sometimes because I'm like, you never know when this is going to be useful. And this is really beautiful. But the more that I save them, the more the Instagram, like the algorithm thinks
is like,
that
oh,
I'm interested. Yeah. So I've had to say, I've had to literally go, not interested. Stop.
That's wild.
Show me like I would go for someone like show me pictures of a guy who's single in his 30s and has a shit ton of money. I will like that's part of the algorithm. I will.
That's what we need.
That's what
that's what Nadine wants. Instagram.
That's what I'm looking for. That's the algorithm. But no, it's giving me you're single as fuck.
Well, okay. Technically it's not because it's technically showing you wedding stuff. So
that's right.
Technically thinks you're getting married.
Is this an episode about manifestation?
I was like gonna make the joke. I was like, maybe it's the universe trying to tell you. And I was like, no, we can't do another episode about this.
We can.
But you know what I mean.
We can. Okay. I'm looking at this BeReal situation. Tell me about what BeReal is. Okay, BeReal. I want to be fake.
That's honestly what Instagram is, though. Like Instagram is not about being real.
I know. It's not. Well, it's not anymore.
Yeah, it's not anymore.
Okay, let's see. Okay, everyone. So the first, this is their tagline. The first uncontrollable media sharing platform. Uncontrollable, you lost me already. I want all the control.
Why is it uncontrollable? What's uncontrollable about it?
My anxiety is uncontrollable.
Like, why would you want something? Why would I want to be on an app I literally cannot control? That doesn't sound fun. Just saying.
Can we control Instagram? I feel like it's off the rails.
That's true. That's true.
You can control your own posts.
You can. I don't know.
All right. Okay, it's all about when to post. I'm literally reading the instruction manual. Everyone receives a notification at the same time every day at an unpredicted time. This is not
an unpredicted time. I don't like this app already. Like, why is it unpredicted?
This is not the app for us. It's all about time. You have 2 minutes to open BeReal and take a picture of what you were doing. Okay, I feel like we need to talk about the
literally. What if I'm in the shower? Like, what if I'm doing anything that I don't want someone to know?
I don't have my phone on me. I was gonna pretend like I'm taking a photo. I have no idea. Can we also talk about the obsession with needing to capture every moment, needing to capture moments?
You know what I think is so interesting is that people always talk about how on Instagram we're lacking authenticity, that we are coercing authenticity to the point that it's not authentic. Yeah. It's like when people are so left, they're actually right. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. If you have 2 minutes to do it, you're obviously not gonna take a picture of yourself. I don't know, doing something stupid
on the bathroom.
Yeah, or
on the toilet.
Literally on the toilet, or random shit. You're not gonna take. I don't know. What if you're just doing something lame? You're not gonna take a photo of it. You're gonna go and. Do you get what I'm trying to say? What if you're
yeah,
I don't know why this is what's coming to my mind, but mowing the lawn. I don't know why that's the go-to.
But actually maybe that's maybe that's its intended use, but I feel like Instagram has just I don't
But
know,
look,
like
the idea is to share fun moments. Like, it's not to share me mowing the lawn, because then it actually just becomes like Facebook, where people post
yes.
pictures of like like literally dumb shit, like things that people like don't care about.
But I think that's like the intent. Like I think people are like, oh, Instagram got to a point where it was so curated, so polished. Let's bring it back to like the very, very basic. I want to see you be, I literally want to see you be
See you
real.
be
I
real.
want to see you
I want
be,
to see you mow the lawn.
I want to see you, yeah, like take a shit. But hopefully not. I hope nobody's doing that. But everybody's on their phone on the toilet. So let's be real. Let's be real.
Let's be real.
Let's be real.
Wow. I just feel like that's too much for me.
It is. I agree.
That's too much for me.
I mean, they lost us at uncontrollable and unprecedented.
And like an unpredictable time. Like, I don't want that.
I don't want it either. I don't want it either.
It's too much.
Okay, these instructions don't end. Not just a picture. When you take a BeReal, a photo is taken with the front and back camera. Okay, we covered that already. Everyone plays the same game. You can only see what your friends are doing if you post in time. No.
Why is this like Squid Games? I don't want that.
I say that we just like cancel everything. Like let's delete Instagram. Let's never go on BeReal.
All social media.
Let's delete all social media and see what happens.
I think we should do it.
I think we should do it.
Do it for like at least a day.
Right? Okay, a day. I'm like a week.
Okay, we can try with a week. I feel like
we'll
people
do it.
be, like tweaking. They're gonna be like, it's like so addictive. Also, like, it's addictive no matter how you use it. Like,
yeah.
Sorry, I'm like choking on this candy I'm having.
Oh my God, please.
It's like addictive if you use it the way it's supposed to, which is like a photo sharing app with your friends. It's addictive if you like use it for memes, which is like literally how I use it. I send Nadine like 30 memes a day. Like sometimes I send you things and I'm like, this is too many. Like I'm sending her way too many things. Like,
stop right now. Speaking of memes, she sent me something about Laguna Beach. Have you watched the podcast?
No.
End this call. End this call right now. Don't talk to me. Don't talk to me. Be real. Okay. Be real.
Be real. I am being real and I haven't watched it or listened to it. I barely had time this week and last week to watch Riverdale. I actually missed Riverdale last week. Can you believe it?
I can make up a plot for you and it won't be too far from what happened. I can guarantee.
I don't know. It's getting pretty legit now.
6 seasons later.
Better late than never. Better late than never. Am I right, Riverdale? That show, I hope it wins like an Emmy or whatever.
I hope it gets a Globe. I'm ready for it to end. I'm done. I'm done. So
it is. It's gonna be done in a season. They said, right?
God. Yeah, I think the next season is the last one.
That's so sad, and it's the season finale. This up next week.
So sad.
I'm actually sad. I'm gonna miss it.
I'm sorry for you.
Maybe I'll have time to watch the podcast.
Thank God, it's so good. It's so good. I promise. It gives like, and I totally cut you off. So I hope you kept your thought in mind. It gives like the expose of my dreams.
I just want to know if The Hills was fake or real.
Okay, The Hills was for sure fake, but Laguna Beach was like the preempt to The Hills, and I feel like there's a lot of detail in there that's important to know.
All right. I believe you.
Let me know. I believe that you'll listen to it, so let me know.
I will listen to it. I just like don't care about Kristen Cavallari. Like honestly, if Lauren Conrad did it, I'd be like tuned in. I'd be like, earplugs are in.
I know.
Larry, I'm like, I don't really care about you, Kristen. Sorry.
I know. You know what?
Like,
okay.
You are just trying to milk this Laguna Beach Hills fame till the day that you die. Like nothing in your life has been as successful as your time on the Hills in Laguna Beach.
And you know what? I thought the same after listening to this podcast. All I have to say is all the power to her. I hope she milks it for the rest of her life because
why?
first of all, we're taking a really big pause on
Yeah.
Instagram, but also
Yeah.
like not too big of a pause, because this is like this time of Laguna Beach was like pre-Facebook,
Crazy.
pre-Instagram. Like this was it. Um, so it's interesting that like they're coming back and they're doing this rewatch podcast. So essentially, for anyone who hasn't heard of Laguna Beach or the Laguna Beach rewatch podcast, it was this reality TV show in MTV or on MTV back in 2004, and it like blew up. And it was the pre-show to The Hills, which ended up becoming like the iconic
Yeah.
reality TV example. But the two main one of the two main people from Laguna Beach from season 1 are now doing this rewatch podcast with Your Media, and they're basically pulling back the curtain on reality TV, and they're giving all of these details and like never before behind the scenes information, blah 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 blah. Anyways, the reason why I'm like, Kristen Cavallari, all the power to you, is because they like really manipulated her in on the show, and like her relationship with Steven, who's the second person on the podcast, and they only paid them $2,000. Can you imagine, for the entire season?
That's insane.
Yeah, and she was saying how like they would take things so out of context and use it to satisfy their storyline, even though their storyline isn't necessarily what was actually going on. And so she was like very honest about how she was portrayed on Laguna Beach, like the impact that it was having on her life. And she was saying that like she had this moment of reckoning where she was like, you know what? I realized that once you start treating it as a job, then it becomes enjoyable, and you can actually step into this character that they've created and have it separate from who you actually are. And so I hope she's ringing in the money. I hope that she milks this for as long as she wants.
That's wild because they were also like kids when this show started.
Yeah. Yeah, she was 16.
Not to like bring it back to Instagram,
No, please.
but like that also is kind of what Instagram, though, I feel like became. Like it became like this like prescribed or like this contrived version of like people and things, and like, do you know what I mean? Like it's like you're telling it. I have so many thoughts, but my first thought is like the show did that to her, but now I feel like social media kind of gave her the chance to like portray herself the way she wants to be portrayed.
Yeah.
And a lot of the stuff, I would say, I don't know, sometimes isn't that different. Like I feel like she's used that persona to her advantage also.
Yeah, she totally has. That's how she makes her money. Is she like plays this character,
Yeah,
and
she
she
really
like
plays the character.
she willingly steps into these roles that they build for her, even though that's not necessarily who she is. And she's fine with being that person, or like having people believe she's that person, because she's like, I know I'm not that.
That's wild.
It's very interesting. And it's even interesting to hear Stephen Coletti talk about his experience, because they paid him out, like they played him out to be this player,
Yeah.
and like fighting between Lauren and Kristen. And obviously like it's very easy for MTV and other TV networks to pin women against each other, but like they really fed off that love triangle, even though it wasn't
Yeah.
actually like, it wasn't, not that
But
it
did
wasn't real,
Lauren
but it wasn't
not have
real.
feelings for Steven?
Sorry,
Did Lauren, did she or did she not have feelings for Steven?
I don't know. I think she did. So apparently they were seeing each other.
Steven and Lauren
They were seeing each other at one point
on the show.
before the show.
Okay.
So all this like love triangle drama happened before the show, and then MTV heard about it, and they were like, okay, perfect. This is our like core storyline. This is what we're going to frame everything around. It's very interesting. And they even talk about the like the audition process and what that was like. They talk about these things called Wildlines, which if you've watched the show, you kind of know what a Wildline is, even though you don't like know what the name is, but it's basically like lines that they've recorded off camera. Like
Mm,
MTV will literally give them a script and say this, and they'll take that sound and they'll just place it in scenes where they think it makes sense.
yeah.
Anyway, it's fascinating. But yeah, to your point, it is like, it is all about curating an image or a story that is far from reality, which is exactly
Yeah.
what people do on Instagram.
And what Kristen did on Instagram.
Yeah, totally.
Like her brands were like Instagram brands.
Oh yeah. Yeah. She
No?
like profited off of that.
Mm-hmm. That's wild. This episode should have been about
Laguna
the
Beach.
podcast.
It can be. It absolutely can be. It's really good. It is. I sound like that freaking meme from Camp Rock. She's really good.
That's so funny. I actually think about that and laugh. I wish I like had it easily accessible to me.
I know. I feel like we've made so many episodes about like Instagram culture and the frustration we feel about having a small business on Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
I really do think that we should take this break. Like 1 week, no Instagram, personal, professional. Well, I don't know. I think we should do personal too, because then that defeats the purpose.
But okay, what does a break mean? Like not go on it?
Not go on it, delete the app, live life without it.
Okay, I'm so down. But I feel like we already do that, especially you and I. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm constantly like, don't have the app on my phone. Like, I'll even like post on my like Panini account, but like, you don't even post on your regular account.
But I'm still on the app. But I'm posting on withQuim. So like I'm
And
freaking
you're
like
part of it.
tuned in. Yeah, I am married to this stupid algorithm.
Yeah. This algorithm really has like a chokehold on us.
It does. And I think that's like the frustrating thing too, because I think that's why the tone of the Instagram CEO's message was so like, we're going to do whatever the hell we want, because they know the control they have over everybody. They know how much people depend on the app for like, not just
Their
like
business.
personally, but like for their business. So it's not like there's anything else that people can shift to at this point in time that'll help them. It's also not like TikTok. Like TikTok is pretty saturated. So if you want to grow your business, like you have to be on there so many times a day. Like I know we've said this before, but I'm so over it to the point where I'm like, even if I may just take a break, as I always do, I always just disappear from Instagram.
I also feel like there's nowhere else to go. And like TikTok isn't it. Like when people share pictures of like their art or whatever, like how are you going to do that on TikTok?
Yeah, it's all video, which is fine, but sometimes I just like to stay. I don't want to
know
like,
a single person that only uses Instagram for videos. Or not even a person like
right.
person, like a business
Yeah.
that only uses Instagram for videos. Like if anything, they do use it for like pictures and like sharing pictures of like their stuff or like themselves or whatever it might be. So it's weird to me that because that's also how Instagram like gets money.
Yeah. The problem though is that like people aren't seeing that. Like I can share a picture of whatever, my dog, for example. You will not see it
Yeah.
unless you go out of your way and add me to your like favorites list. But even that is taxing.
I often go to like the following, like you know how you can like click your feed to be like following.
Yeah.
So I do that.
But you have to go out of your way to do that.
And also anytime like they've made it so that the default is always the algorithm way. So like if you're in like the following
yes,
like feed, you can't like check your messages. Like you can't check your DMs.
No.
Or like do anything else. Like anytime you click out of it, or anytime you click something, it'll click you out of it.
Yeah, it's like its own separate page. I don't even go on it.
Yeah. Because it's so hard to get there.
Yeah. Exactly.
I hate the chokehold that like companies have on you like this. Like that to me is just so messed up. And like I I do hope we go off Instagram, and I hope that there's something else. I hope somebody starts an actual true picture sharing thing and it's only pictures.
But then someone's gonna buy it out. Like I feel like it's so
But then I hope so. Like I hope whoever owns it is like, no. They're like,
yeah.
this is it, and this is all that it is, and I'm not going to allow you to buy it.
Yeah.
Or we all just leave, but like I don't know where we would go from there.
I think that's the thing. Like I think everybody's like ready to leave. They just don't know
Where they'd go from there.
where they would go. Yeah, exactly. I think we should bring back the I think we should bring back the digital camera.
Okay,
It's
so
everything's just so accessible at all point in time. Like you have your camera on your phone, you have your app on your phone, you can share it right away. Like everything is always
yeah,
instant. Sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say that one of my friends that I know, she actually, you know how everybody has now like uses disposable cameras or Polaroid
Yeah,
cameras? She actually uses a digital camera.
I'm obsessed.
Yeah,
I
and she
love
has an
that.
account and she like posts her digital camera photos. And I love it. Like it's hilarious. Like
Oh my
it's
God, that's so much fun.
yeah, like she'll literally bring out a digital camera with her whenever we go out.
You know what? I love that because to put that on Instagram is like it's work.
Yeah. You have to like take out the like SD card and then like put it in
Plug it
and then
in.
plug it in and then like look through all the photos. Yeah. It's really sweet.
That's really fun.
Yeah. I
I
really
love
like it.
that.
I think we should all just like go off of social media
I
all
think so too.
in entirety. Like I think we should all like go back to like getting our news from the radio. No, I'm joking. But like
I'm dead.
some version of that.
Like 1940.
Yeah. Like sometimes I'm like, we don't need to be like things don't need to be this accessible.
Yes, I agree. I completely agree with you. But like what is it about accessibility that that I hate? Like why do we say that even though like we're always fighting for things to be more accessible? That's what I don't understand. That's my personal struggle.
Because I think there's a difference between like accessibility to like education and accessibility to like services and information. And then there's like accessibility to like people, like constant like
Yeah.
inundation of like ads and marketing and like that's when like the quote accessibility, it's like the other way around. It's like the accessibility that like big companies and brands and marketing have to consumers.
Yeah.
That accessibility and like their data, like that accessibility is where I'm like, it's too much. We don't need that.
Yeah. I totally agree. I think it is. I think
But
you're right. It's like accessibility to people. It's accessibility to your personal information.
yeah.
And I find that I'm finding that because Instagram has become so curated and polished, and people are now sharing like very intimate pictures of like their day-to-day life, even that in some sense is like too much for me.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. And there's
So I
fine
totally agree.
balance. Like
Yeah.
either people are like, we want authenticity. So then there's BeReal where you're like taking a picture of God knows what, like doing something fucking stupid that like nobody really wants to see.
Yeah.
Or it's the other end of the spectrum where it's like, oh, well, this picture is like the most specific curated picture. Like there's no like, hey, I'm out with my friends, fun, post it.
Yeah. I also just hate like how I know like we've used this word like a billion times so far, but accessible your personal information is online. Like there was this there was like this scam going around. I don't know if you've seen it online, but like I've had it personally where someone from your work will text you and
Oh
they
yeah.
claim to be someone like really high up in your company and they'll ask you for like personal information. Obviously, I didn't fall for it, but like it'll be someone so high up that it's like almost manipulative
Yeah.
and they'll try to get you to respond. And so I was talking to someone like security at my work asking how they could get this information because it was my personal phone that they reached out to, not my work phone. And I don't have anything that is like work related that would tie me to my personal phone. And they were saying that they often find people on LinkedIn, trace back where they work, who works at that company, and then get your information from data aggregate websites.
Yeah.
Which is fucking terrifying.
Yeah.
That literally makes me want to scrub every piece of information about me on the internet. And all that information is my name.
I know. It's very scary. It's just, that's what I mean. It's too accessible.
It's too much.
Too accessible. It's way too much. Like, it's too much.
I think that's what it is. Like, I think the need for a break is almost like I just need to shut this door on like people that can reach me at any point in time and in any way. It's terrifying. I got this text the other day, and like these scam texts that I get are like freaking personalized. Like I got a text.
It's so fucked up.
It was like, "Hey Nadine, are you in line at TD by any chance?"
From who? And who did it say it was from?
They didn't say. Like they sent it so casually that I was like, this is obviously
a scam.
This is obviously a scam. Yeah. I don't bank with TD. That's the only way I knew it was a scam.
Wild. I hate people who do this. I hate you.
Yeah. So I honestly think like a week. We delete the app. You already deleted the app, so you're ahead of me. We say sayonara. We're like goodbye for a week. We'll let you know when we're back.
Or not.
Or not. Or not. And like, you want to know about me? Listen to our podcast. Subscribe.
We're like detox, unplug, but not from the podcast.
Not from the podcast.
Stay tuned into that.
That's right. And I think also that's like something that really frustrates me. And I know we've talked about it before, is that like we always talk about like pushing our podcast, and we can't do that without social media.
Yeah.
But I'm almost like, fuck it. Like I
don't want it. I know.
I don't want it. Yeah. Like our podcast is, yeah, like it can stand on its own. Like it's fine. Like, you know what I mean?
Totally.
Now I'm deleting it right now.
I love it. I'm going to report back next week. I'll report back on the Riverdale season finale. You report back on what it was like to do a detox.
Fine. No, you report back on Laguna Beach. I'll report back on my Insta cleanse.
I love it.